Welcome to EG BTech channel. Myself Ravi Kumar. Please subscribe our channel and share to your friends. In this video, I will discuss about the how to calculate Z parameters as well as how to calculate Y parameters for the given circuit. Consider the circuit here. For this circuit, you have to calculate the Z parameters, that is impedance parameters. These are the standard equations of Z parameters, that is y1 equal to z11 I1 plus z12 I2 and v2 equal to z21 I1 plus z22 I2. That is, from the given problem, you have to find out v1 value, v2 values, but in this problem, there is no values for v1 and v2. That's why you have to derive the equations of v1 and v2 in terms of i1, i2. Then compare with standard equations, then find out the values of z parameters. For that, you have to consider here in this circuit, we have three loops. The current taken as i1 and in the last loop, the current taken as i2. But both currents are having the same directions. That is, I1 is away from V1 as well as I2 is also away from V2. And similarly, you have to take the middle current. For example, I am taking as current I. Then we have to find out, apply KVL for each loop. That is, apply KVL to loop 1. Observe in the first loop, that is, in the first loop, we have two elements, 1 ohms and 2 ohms. I1 is passing through 1 and 2. That's why 1 plus 2 into I1. As well as, but 2 ohms is also mutual element. That is, 2 ohms is also belong to the second loop. That's why I1 and I both are passing through in reverse direction through 2 ohms. That's why the other drop with respect to current I is minus 2 into I. That is, you have to write down the equation is 1 plus 2 into I1 minus 2 into I2 equal to 1. That is, V1 equal to into I, not second loop current is we are taken as I, not I2. That is 1 plus 2, 3I1 minus 2 into I. Consider this is equation 1. Similarly, apply KVL to third loop. That is the loop in which voltage source, second loop, that is second voltage source V2 having. That is, apply KVL to loop 3. That is where we have voltage V2. In the last loop, observe the last loop, we have only 2 ohms. Through 2 ohms, I is passing and I2 is also passing. Both are in same directions. Hence, the drop across V2, that is V2 equal to 2 into I plus I2. That's why 2I plus 2I2. This is taken as equation 3. In the same way, similarly, you have to calculate for second loop. That is, apply KVL to loop 2. That is, the equation is In the observe second loop, in second loop we have three elements 2 plus 2 plus 1. Passing current is I. But 2 ohms and 2 ohms also belong to the first loop as well as third loop. That is, in the loop 3 equation is minus 2 I1 because I1 and I both are passing in reverse direction. That's why 5 into I1 plus 2 into I2 equal to 0. Why? Because I2 and I both are passing in same directions. This is I plus 5I, not I1, plus 5I. Okay. This equation is taken as equation 3. That is, you have to find out V1 and V2 voltages in terms of I1, I2. That's why from third equation, you have to find out the current value I. That is 2I1 minus 2I2. That is I equal to 2 by 5 I1 minus 2 by 5 I2. This is taken as equation 4. Then you have to replace the value of I in equation 1 and the value of I in equation 2. Then both equations V1 and V2 could be changes to in terms of I1 and I2. Then compare with standard equations. Then find out the coefficients of I1 and I2. Okay, that is replace the value of I in equation 1. What is equation 1? That is V1. 3I1 minus 2I. That is V1 equal to 3I1 minus 2 into I. What is the I value? 2 by 5 into I1 minus 2 by 5 into I2. Then find out the equations here. 3I1 minus 4 by 5 I1 minus 4 by 5 I2. That is, what is the equation value here? That is 11 by 5 I1. This is the equation of V1 minus 4 by 5 into I2. This is taken as equation 5. This will be compared with standard equation, that is Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2. From the equations, what is the value of Z11? Therefore, Z11 equal to 11 by 5 ohms and Z12 equal to minus 4 by 4 by 5 ohms. Okay, like that, we have to calculate the Z parameters. Then similarly, you can find out other parameters. That is, you have to replace the value of I in equation 2. That is, replace I in equation 2. What is equation 2? That is, V2 equal to 2 into I plus 2I2. That is, V2 equal to 2 into I. What is the I value here? The I value is 2 by 5 I1 minus 2 by 5 I2 plus 2 into I2. This is equation of V2 here from equation 2. Then I1 value, we know I value 2 by 5 I1 minus 2 by 5 I2. Then simplify the equation here, that is 4 by 5 I1 minus 4 by 5 I2 plus 2 I2. That is 4 by 5 I1 plus 6 by I2. This is the value of V2. Then you have to compare the value of V2 with standard values, with standard equations. We know the equation of V2, that is Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. From that, therefore, Z21 is 4 by 5 ohms, Z22 is 6 by 5 ohms. Therefore, from all values, remember in Z parameters, after finding the 4 parameters, then that 4 parameters you have to mention compulsory in matrix form. That is, what is the value of Z11? That is 11 by 5, and Z12 4 by 5, and Z21 4 by 5, and Z22 6 by 5. Here minus to minus plus here. This value will be plus. That's why Z12 also plus value. Okay. Then this is the Z matrix. Z11, Z12, Z21, Z22. You have to write down in matrix form. Then that matrix is called the impedance matrix. Okay. Observe the matrix here. Z21 equal to Z12. Z12 equal to Z21. That's why the given matrix network is nothing but reciprocal. But Z11 is not equal to Z22. That's why the given network is to be not symmetrical matrix. Okay, that is, after finding the values, you also verify the given network is reciprocal or the given network is symmetrical. If Z12 equal to Z21, that's why the given network is reciprocal. But in this problem, Z11 is not equal to Z22. That's why the given network is not symmetrical. Okay. Then consider the second problem. You have to find out Y parameters for this given circuit. Okay. That is, this is the problem, and the standard equations of Y parameters also we know, that is I1 and I2. Both values are I1 and I2 values are you have to mention in terms of V1 and V2. Okay, then observe the given circuit. It is a circuit with dependent sources. Okay, this is the dependent source. What is the source here? Current source. But that source depends on V2. That is the voltage. That's why the given source is voltage dependent current source. Okay. Then observe from the circuit. This is the I1 here leaving from the node. At this node, what is the node voltage here? This is the V1 node voltage. And similarly, this is the V2 node voltage. Okay. Then from that node, we have to find out first of all I1 current and I2 currents. What is I1? That is leaving from V1 and entering into V3 node. Okay, consider the middle node is V3. That's why V1 minus V3 by 2. From that 1 by 2 V1 minus 1 by 2 V3. This is taken as equation 1. Similarly, the other current I2, other leaving current I2, that is leaving from V2 and entering into V3 node by 2. That is 1 by 2 V2 minus 1 by 2 V3. This equation you can consider equation 2. That here the important point is at middle node. That is at this node, the middle node V3. You must eliminate the value of V3 here. Why? Because only we require the equations are in terms of V1 and V2. That's why we don't require the V3 node value. That's why at V3 node you can must apply KCL here. That is the next step is apply KCL at node V3. That is all currents are entering. I1 is entering plus I2 is also entering. But what is the middle branch here? In middle branch, there is a current is there. That is current source is there. That current source value is 3 into V2. That current source is also entering into the node. That's why all currents are entering. Then I1 plus the current source is 3 into V2 plus I2 equal to 0. We know the value of I1 here. What is the value of I1? That is 1 by 2 V1 minus 1 by 2 V3. Similarly, the middle 3V2 plus what is the value of I2? That is 1 by 2 V1, 1 by 2 V2 minus 1 by 2 V3 equal to 0. Okay. From this calculation, you can find out the value of V3. Why? Because we can eliminate the value of V3. Okay. From that, write down all equations on one side. That is taken as LCM 2 overall equation. That is V1 minus V3 plus 6 V2 plus V2 minus V3 equal to 0. Then eliminate 2. That is V3 minus V3 minus V3. That is 2V3. Write down on equals on the other side. Then V1 plus 6V2 plus V2. That is 7V2. From that V3 equal to 1 by 2 V1 plus 7 by 2 V2. That is the V3 value. Okay. Then this value you can consider, that is 3. That is V3 value you must replace in equation 1 and equation 2. That is replace V3 in equation 1. What is equation 1? I1 equal to 1 by 2 V1 minus 1 by 2 V3. That is I1 equal to 1 by 2 V1 minus 1 by 2 V3. What is the value of V3 here? 1 by 2 V1 plus 7 by 2 V2. Then you can simplify the equation. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4. That is 1 by 4 V1 minus 7 by 4 V2. This value is I1. Then this value compare with Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2. That is I1 value. From that Y11 equal to 1 by 4 most Y12 equal to minus 7 by 4. That is moles. Okay. That is after calculating I1 value equation, you must compare with the standard equation in order to find out the required parameters. Then similarly, the next step is same. That is replace V3 value in equation 2. What is equation 2? That is I2. I2 equal to, what is I2 value here? 1 by 2 V2 minus 1 by 2 V3. Then what is the value of V3 here? 1 by 2 V1 plus 7 by 2 V2. Okay. From that also, the value of I2 is nothing but minus 1 by 4 V1 minus 5 by 4 V2. Then you can compare with I2 value with standard equation, that is y21 v1 plus y22 v2. Okay, by comparing the both equations, the value of y21 is minus 1 by 4 moles. Similarly, y22 is minus 5 by 4 moles. Okay, hence after finding all values of y11 y parameters, then you can represent all parameters in the form of matrix. That is, y11 value is 1 by 4 minus 7 by 4 minus 1 by 4 and minus 1 by 4. This is the y matrix. Observe y matrix here. That is, y11 is not equal to y22 as well as y12 is not equal to y21. What I mean that here, the given network is not symmetrical as well as the given network is not reciprocal. Okay, that means from the given network, we have to find out z parameters as well as y parameters. Then you can find out the equations in terms of standard equations. Then compare with the calculation equations. Then compare the both equations. You can find out the required z parameters as well as the required y parameters. Please subscribe our channel and share to your friends.